Are you who today's episode's about?
Yes, I am.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Stand Up Stats. As you saw in the beginning, today we'll be taking a look at the fortune teller Mohammed Avdol's Magician's Red. Magician's Red is technically the first stand to appear in JoJo. We see Star Platinum's hands manifesting first, but the first stand to entirely manifest itself is the Fire Chicken himself. Magician's Red is the stand of Egyptian fortune teller Mohammed Avdol. Unlike Jotario Kujo's Star Platinum, Mohammed Avdol was born with this stand, and over many years became a master of its powers. Before he met Joseph Joestar, Avdol spent his time in his fortune-telling shop in Cairo, Egypt, learning everything he could about his powers and others like him. Until one fateful day, he had a horrific encounter in his store, for he had a visit from someone who the world had long thought dead. Dio. Since Avdol had already met Joseph Joestar, he immediately knew who this man was. When Dio tried to implant Avdol with a flesh bud, in sheer panic, Avdol dove from the window and ran, not looking back at the fiend that had infiltrated his life. Avdol is an honourable man. After he defeated Polnareff, rather than leaving him to burn to death, he offers him a dagger to kill himself with. This, however, is a test. As Polnareff accepts he lost fairly and will succumb to the flames, Avdol extinguishes them, sparing his life. As with most of the stands in Part 3, Magician's Red takes its name from the tarot cards, specifically the Major Arcana's number 1, the Magician. Magician's Red is one of the most recognisable stands, with nothing else coming close to how it looks. It has the body of a well-built man and the head of a rooster. Its legs are completely made from flames the first time we see it, but later in the series it is seen wearing knee-length boots. Magician's Red's abilities are very simple. It can conjure and control flames freely. It uses this to make several devastating attacks, such as the Red Bind, a string of flames that ensnares and traps opponents, and the Crossfire Hurricane, a huge bolt of fire in the shape of an Egyptian ankh. There is also a super variation of this move called the Crossfire Hurricane Special, which blasts flaming ankhs in all directions. When Avdol uses this in his fight against Polnareff, Joseph insists the others get to cover, as the attack is devastating. Though his abilities may be simple, several times throughout the story we've seen it accomplish great feats, such as being able to restrain Jotario and Star Platinum, and being able to capture Iggy and his constantly moving sand stand. It is also stated by Whole Horse that Avdol is the most powerful of the Crusaders, and would be the biggest challenge to overcome. Magician's Red sadly doesn't see much development in Stardust Crusaders, and doesn't return in later parts, due to Avdol sacrificing his life to save Polnareff and Iggy, being killed by Vanilla Ice in Part 3. Although we don't see much of Avdol and the Fire Chicken, he is still one of the fan favourites, and one of the most memorable stands in all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So that's episode 2 of Stand Up Stats. I hope people who watch these do enjoy. It's really fun making them, researching all the different things about stands. So thanks for watching, and there'll be more to come.